All right. 4 tangent to the 4th plus tangent squared minus 3. On the other side, we've got secant squared. Ugh. Okay. So, realistically, I see routes that you could start on either side. But I think I want to start on the left. Now, you could choose to start on the right. Totally fine. I'm going to start on the left, and I'm going to turn it into algebra. Okay. And if I was doing that, I would factor that. So I'm thinking, let's do 4t and 1t. And then over here, I'm going to do 3 and 1. Because then I would get 3t and I would get 4t. So this would have to be positive. So plus and minus. Okay. So now what I did was I just factored it. So I've got 4 tangent, actually squareds. 4 tangent squared minus x minus 3 times tangent squared plus 1. Okay, now tangent squared plus 1. Secant squared. I was looking for that. So this is secant squared x, and this is 4 tangent squared x minus 3. That looked like it was going to be a little rough, but was okay. And that, it's okay to, you can multiply in any order. So that is the same as secant squared x, 4 tangent squared x minus 3. Ooh, let's do this one. You cannot cross multiply because that's not the goal. The goal is to prove that the left is the same as the right. So you can't cross multiply because you're not solving, you're proving. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got cotangents and cosecants. In this case, I don't think that it would be best to go to sines and cosines because of that minus 1. So this case, I'm going to look back here. Remember it said multiplying by the conjugate. We're going to go multiply by the conjugate on this one. So I'm going to move it over so I have a little room. All right, so I'm going to work on the left to get it to the right. You could do either one, but I think it's going to be best. I just am going to choose to work on the left. So what is the conjugate down here? I think it's going to be cosecant, that's an alpha, plus 1. Okay, cosecant alpha plus 1. All right, so when I do that, then on the top, I'm going to say cotangent alpha times cosecant alpha plus 1. All over. Okay, so that's going to give me, because it's a difference of squares, like the goal of multiplying by the conjugate is getting rid of the middle piece. So that's going to give me cosecant squared alpha minus 1. Okay, and I want to get over here. So I've got to get to a cotangent. Oh, I see it. Okay. Sorry, I get so excited. All right, so cosecant squared. Cosecant squared is 1 plus cotangent. So that's not what I want. I want, which one do I want? Hold on. What am I looking for? Cosecant squared minus 1. Is that something? Cosecant squared minus 1. There it is. Cosecant squared minus 1 is cotangent squared. Okay, so now the bottom is cotangent squared of alpha. And on the top, I've got cotangent of alpha cosecant plus 1. Okay, so I can cancel out a cotangent on the top and the bottom. So now cosecant alpha plus 1 all over cotangent of alpha. And that's what I wanted. Yay, I could have gone and done it on the other side, would have been very similar. I would have multiplied the conjugate on the top, but this worked. There we go. All right, let's do one more. Okay, I think the left is more complex. So I'm going to go for, oh, I see it. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by the conjugate down here. So that's going to give me like a secant squared minus tangent squared. So secant theta plus tangent theta, and then s plus t. Sorry, I'm kind of out of room. Okay, so on the bottom, because conjugates, I end up with secant squared theta minus tangent squared theta. And the top, well, that's just secant theta plus tangent theta all squared. Okay, secant squared, I think that equals 1. Secant squared, tangent squared. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my playlist. Yes, secant squared minus tangent squared is 1. Boom. So that gives me secant theta plus tangent theta. So you can't like distribute that squared through, it's just the whole outside squared. And all over 1 equals secant theta plus tan theta all squared. Wah! And the angels sing. So fun. If you need help with more of them, just look through. They are like all of the notes are filled in for you, and you can kind of read through them. All right? Have a great day.